Hey, what's up and welcome to another video, guys. I see this one specific question all over the internet, whether it be on Reddit, during my live streams, in the comment section of videos, in Discord, so many places, and I want to make a video about it rather than keep answering it or refusing to answer it in general. And this question is, of course, what operator should I get? But wait, before this, I just want to say thank you all. We've recently hit over 500 subs, and I just want to say I wouldn't be wanting to make these videos if it was for nothing, and I appreciate you all. Let's get to that 600 subscribers next. AKA, if you aren't subbed and you want weekly Rainbow Six Siege content, hit that red subscribe button down below, and let's get into this video. First thing we're going to be going over to help answer this question is going to be what you guys need to know before picking an operator. And so I've tried to break this down into a little bit simpler terms so anyone can really understand this. And the first thing that I want to go over is, what role do you play? So it comes down to 3 roles usually, and that will be a fragging role, a support role, or a flex role. I do plan on making this video later, so if there is a video that I've made, it'll be in the info card right now. In the info card, go ahead and search it up on YouTube. There's been a ton of great people who make that exact video answering what role and how to tell what role you play. Next up is, what do your teammates play? What role do they fill in? So now if you're solo queuing, this is a little bit harder, and I'll get to you guys specifically in a little bit. If you guys have people that you play with, again, same thing. What role do they play? Do they play a frag role, a support role, a flex role? And then a second thing to think about considering teammates is, do they tend to be objective based, or do they tend to go for frags? So do they want to get a wall open and then plant, or do they want to just kill everyone and that's how they win the game? And lastly, the thing that you're going to need to know before picking an operator is, what are your personal strengths and weaknesses? So for example, I think I have pretty good game knowledge, but I don't think I have the best mechanical skills, as well as I don't think I drone too well. And so those are just things to keep in mind. For those of you who solo queue a lot more, the base thing that I just got to tell you guys is, you're going to really have to make yourself fill that flex role, or you're going to have to become some sort of insane fragger. With that being said, let's get on to the rest of this. The next thing is pretty simple, and that is knowing what each operator does. And so overall, you can learn these type of things by watching how to play a specific operator video. Shameless self-promo, I make a whole bunch of those, so feel free to check those out, and it could help you guys out a little bit. Besides that, watch how others play that specific operator. Maybe you can catch on to, if you're similar to that person, maybe it might be a good operator for you. Next up, see which operator matches your role, as well as fills a role that the team needs. So basically, will you be a good match for this operator that you're thinking of getting? Or just, would you be a good match for this operator in general? After you've gathered all this information, so I'm going to quickly run over it, knowing what role you play, knowing what role your teammates play, and the play style that they play. So for example, like I said, objective based or fragging based, knowing your strengths and weaknesses, as well as seeing the operators and how to more properly play them. We got to pick what operator is best for you. So I'm going to give a more specific examples for you guys, so that you guys can hopefully better understand this whole process, and what operator you will end up picking. Is we're going to go back to me, and hopefully me explaining my situation and running through this all can help you guys out. So my role, I'd like to think that I'm more of a flex role player. I tend to solo queue a lot, if that also helps. My teammates, personally, I have been working on an esports team, and so we have players all around. So we have flex players, we have frag players, and we have support players. So personally, being a flex role helps fit in with that specific team. I know that we're going to be more objective based, so that's another thing to keep in mind. Like I mentioned, the strengths and weaknesses, I think that my game knowledge is probably the best out of everything I have. Mechanics is subpar, and then my droning could use some work as well. And knowing all of this, I kind of know each operator already, as I've played pretty much every single operator. I have every single operator, which is really great for me. It helps me out in this process. I'd say considering if I'm really trying to either ignore that droning part, I want to play someone like a Montaigne, because instead of having to drone out, I could just head check things and I wouldn't be punished for doing so. I am more of a flex role, so for specifying on the flex role, and say I don't have many support players, I might play someone like Hibana or Nomad. And lastly, like I said, my mechanical skills aren't too great, so I could honestly play more of a support role as well. So say I just want to get the objective done, I could play someone like a Thermite or a Thatcher to help get those things smoothly running. I really hope this video gave you some insight into answering that oh so common question of which operator should I get. As much as I hate being asked this question, I'm still very glad to be the one to help answer it for you all. Look forward to videos every Wednesday and Saturday around 12 p.m. MST time, and see you all in the next one, guys. Deuces.